Hello, hello. This is Coach Jules. Happy Tuesday, the Well Women's community. We have so many new members. Welcome. And I'm Coach Jules. So on Tuesday, in generally, Amanda and I, we're trying to talk about strength and muscles and how that's important for our optimal functioning, especially over 40. Okay, so if you are here and joining me live, you can say hello. You can also leave some comments and let me know. And I'm Coach Jules. So today I'm going to talk about my journey of muscle building and maintenance. I started sharing that last Tuesday, well, actually 2 weeks ago. So I am doing right now a 6-week muscle building program, which is based on progressive overload. And why do we want to talk about it? Well, first let my dog out. So first of all, maintenance is a very important concept on a macro tracking journey. And I think sometimes when we think about macros, we instantly think about fat loss or weight loss or things like that. But macro tracking journey can be very rewarding as long as you also understand and know other stages that are possible that can help you build the body you want and also feel good while doing it. Okay, hello. Somebody's joining here. I think Tina. Thank you. So building muscles in maintenance. First of all, maintenance is a very, very important stage. And again, a lot of us, we think about just instantly fat loss. But maintenance is where we want to spend most of our time because it's the state of abundance. It's the state of eating and maintaining the weight that we usually achieve during the cut, which is that caloric deficit. Also, if you are about building muscles, then you need to do that at maintenance or perhaps surplus. And these are just different stages of macro tracking that help you fit your goals and your desired look. And yes, all of us want to have that desired look. And a lot of times I hear this word, I want to look toned. Great. But what is actually toned means? And if we really kind of dig a little bit deeper and understand the bigger concept, we don't really have necessarily maybe a fat loss issues or fat gain issue. Our issue in life, because we're not active, we're not using our body and muscles to their best capabilities, our issue is a lack of muscles. Yes. So that's why when perhaps you are losing weight and losing fat, and then you lost on the scale, it shows, okay, 10 pounds down, but you still look pretty much about the same just because you didn't build the muscles. So, and that's what gives you that toned look. And toned really means the tonus of the muscles, which means you kind of have to work for that tonus, right? So that your muscles get toned and you're actually going to have that different look. So the progressive overload that perhaps you might hear us mentioning too, we often talk about it. In a nutshell, it kind of looks like this. How do muscles grow or get bigger? Because they respond to certain input. They get stronger because of that input. And a lot of women that I work with don't quite understand this principle. And basically what I mean by that is this. If your body can lift 100 pounds, and then for 5 reps, let's say, and you train your body to lift 150 pounds for 5 reps, it's going to require growth of the muscles. It's going to require growth of the strength. And it's going to require that muscle getting more toned because you're building it up. However, what usually happens with women is that If they kind of like lift 50 pounds for 10 reps, then they continue lifting 50 pounds for 15 reps. So what this creates is just more of an endurance. You can lift the same amount of pounds for a longer period of time. This is just endurance. It's not necessarily going to help you build the muscles. All right, so just kind of like this different principles. So yes, food is important, nutrition is important, macros are important. All of that play a huge role. But if you really want to have that look after you shed that fat, you have to work towards building muscles, towards getting stronger. And the beauty of that is that muscles are not just for the beauty, not just for that great look, not just for that looking toned. Muscles have a very functional, important role to play because they're going to help us stay more independent longer. Like imagine yourself squatting down and up at 80 years old. That means you're doing pretty good. And you might not be going to that, home or needing assistance. So this is very important, not just for how we look, but for how we feel and what we're capable of. And I know that you ladies here in this community all want to stay active and all want to stay strong. So that's why it's always a component of macro tracking, the nutrients, the food for fuel, and the muscles. And of course, another part of the muscle work is that it's highly metabolically active. So which means you can eat your food and don't worry about calories. You can eat your food and don't worry about cardio. So it is very metabolically active, especially if you continue your strength training journey and continue creating that and maintaining that tonus of the muscle. It's gonna continue working for you. It's beautiful. So, and that's what a lot of times I think we are led to believe that, it's because we are older, our metabolism is slow. But the research, and of course, like us getting older has, a lot of connotations, we cannot deny that. But there is a lot of research shows that it's not just that. It's because as we get older, we're becoming less and less active. And as we get older, we're becoming less and less muscular. We just don't use our muscles. So that's why it's not necessarily like, losing fat. It's really because we don't have muscles. That's why the look is the same. So yeah, us getting more active and us actually getting stronger. And for women especially who have a huge history of under eating for years and years, when the body goes into that stage and also like your macros are not quite balanced, the body takes energy from muscles. That's why we have more and more fat showing up, even though we're eating less and less. It's like a whole vicious circle, which is possible to break, but depending on where you are on this journey, it just might take a little bit longer. But what I want to say here is not about eating less. It's not necessarily about exercising more either, but it's just like how you go about it, and understanding that principle that I wrote about yesterday, right? So it's that 20% of the effort to get 80% of the results. So if you're under eating and you're doing lots of cardio, this is not that formula. But if you're eating enough of macronutrient balanced diet and also do your very well programmed strength training, this is going to be your 20% that's going to give you 80% result. So this is kind of like in a nutshell. All right. So hopefully it makes sense. If Tina is still with me, you can let me know if it makes sense to you, if this is something that you have heard of, or it's completely new for you. So based on what you're doing right now. And this is what Amanda and I are very passionate about, to spread the word for women about understanding the nutrition, understanding strength training, understanding muscle building, to create that desired look and also feel good over 40. Okay, but now about myself and just how I am using these principles in my own journey right now. So I finished my 8-week cut in the beginning of December, and since then I've been reversing to maintenance. That's why it's very important to not skip that part, because that reverse to maintenance stage, remember I was talking about stages, is going to help you maintain your desired new scale weight. Like I lost 10 pounds, and I'm still maintaining it. So when I was in my cut, my calories were at 1650, all right? And I was 150 pounds, and my height is 5'5". So then I was reversing from that to maintenance, maintaining my new scale weight, which is 140 pounds. So I've been progressively overloading. So I'm a personal trainer, so I'm designing my workouts myself and do them because I understand what needs to be done. Okay, so I've been constantly, progressively overloading during my cut and after my cut. So now my calories are at 2200 and I'm still maintaining my weight at 140. And I just increased my calories by 100 last week. So I was 2100, now I'm 2200. Why did I increase? Just because my weight was still dropping, and and the purpose of maintenance is to find what my new maintenance calorie might be so that my weight stays the same. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And it might not make sense because like if you've never done macro tracking, if you don't like understand muscle building, if you don't understand reverse to maintenance, that might be like, what? How can I eat more and I can still maintain the same weight that I lost in December, right? But that's the miracle of it, so to speak. That's something that yes, you would like to learn because it's amazing. It's awesome. I feel great. And yes, I eat a ton. And also when we do focus on muscle building, we want to focus again on protein and a lot on carbs, because carbs is the primary fuel in our body. And if carbs are available, right? So that's where the body is going to take the energy, and this is the most efficient energy processing. Okay, so we don't want to get the energy from muscles, plus it's not a very efficient energy process. All right, so yeah, carbs are my friends right now. And especially when I go to the gym and do my workouts, I always have some kind of carb snack, like an apple or banana or afterwards. Okay, so because that's what fuels my workouts, that's what allows me to go and increase the weight and things of that nature. So this is my kind of update. This is my 3rd week of this current 6-week strength training program, and I constantly adjust them. So like 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes I might go 10 weeks, depends, to create different input for my body and create like different angles of the work, so to speak. So yeah, there is like different variations there. So yes, I will keep you updating in terms of my calories. So yes, I increased also my protein. Right now it's 165 and my carbs are 220 and my fat percent grams is 73 grams. So like this ratio for me is working fine. And this is again based on my monitoring my results and my feedback of the body. So, and of course we have like, tangible feedback and not so tangible feedback. So, and this is based again on me, not on someone's formula or not on someone telling me what my number is. But it's always good to know where your baseline is. And if you are working with a coach, And Amanda and I started our one-on-one coaching right now. So because we are taking a coaching academy course with Biceps After Babies. So we are working with two ladies each. Amanda works with two and I work with two. So we're doing a one-on-one coaching that is transformational, that is based on mindset and also macro tracking. So if you have any questions, let us know. We'll be happy to answer them all. And ladies, just keep in mind, it's not about eating less. And actually eating less has a lot of not so good implications in the future. If you need to know how much is enough, you can contact us, Amanda or I. You can also write your questions in the comments. We'll be happy to do some particular training if there is a lot of demand for a particular training. By the way, your hormones will be happy too. So like I know a lot of you here, because of your hormonal issues. But again, when you start understanding how food, and especially that macro balance of protein, fat, and carbs, participate in your hormonal balance, you will be amazed how much you can change in how you feel just because you commit to changing your foundation. And I know for Amanda and I, our foundation is always about food, strength training, sleeping enough. So if that foundational pillars are good, then at least your foundation is fine. So then you can like put the walls on top of it and put the roof if you need some extra stuff. But if foundation is off and you're all over the place and like eating vitamins and something else, well, you might still come back to that broken house. So, all right, well, I'm Coach Jules. Happy Tuesday. Go get strong and eat enough food.